good evening and welcome everyone to tonight's official coverage of Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Season 6. It is round 5 you have joined us for here at Donington. Obviously proudly brought to you by Sim Black's Crosscut Woodworks, True to Life Racing Designs, Crossy 43 and Hendo. And as always, broadcast to you tonight by MATCHFIT Entertainment. What does that mean? It means myself, Davo, and J-Man by my side are calling it. J-Man, how are you doing this evening?
Yeah, good, Davo. Welcome, viewers. Another stunning night ahead, I'm sure, here at Donington, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Round 5, mate. Halfway through, well, approaching effectively with this round the halfway mark through this championship. Got a 60-minute, pretty much a sprint ahead of us tonight here at Donington Park. So looking forward to this one, and pretty good track, bit of a favourite of mine. Always enjoyed driving here, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of drivers out there that'll extract the best out of their machinery and themselves tonight. Looking for some big performances based on some of the stuff we've seen up to this point. Been really excited to see some of the performances in the Pro-Am category tonight, really raising some eyebrows.
Definitely, J-Man, as we will get to the points in a moment. But yeah, firstly, we will go back to, look, our major sponsors, and we've got to thank them once again, Sim Blacks, for bringing you, or helping to bring you all of this goodness. There is giveaways. Sim Blacks has come to the party, J-Man. The big prize is end of the season GT Neo direct drive wheel from Sim Magic, J-Man. Spin the wheel, win. You don't have to be the quickest guy on the track. All you got to do is have competed in the series, and that is the major giveaway at the end of the season. Thank you very much, Sim Blacks, and of course Sim Magic. But look, that is not all. Every night, every race night, these guys give away a $50 Visa Prezi card to, again, spin the wheel. Look, you don't have to be on the top of the list. You could be anyone in this grid, and there is 24 on track, I think, here tonight, J-Man, already. So any one of these boys and girls, if they haven't won it already, mind you, over the last 4 rounds, could win a $50 gift card. And thank you again from the kind people at Sim Blacks. Obviously, we do have other sponsors on board. We've got Crosscut Woodworks. We do have True to Life Racing. We do have Crossing 43 and Hendo. And, of course, ourselves, J-Man and Davo here at MATCHFIT Entertainment, bringing you all of the goodness live and free on YouTube at the moment. We will just have a quick look at the points. J-Man, do you want to just get into that as these boys, they're out in qualifying, but just getting the first laps in now?
Yeah, we'll have a brief, we'll touch base on it again post-quali, because we'll have a little bit of time as they cycle up ready for this race.
We will.
Yeah, look, if we bring them up, no surprises. Status quo at the top of town, Phil Antoon, aka Maverick, up there, absolutely dominating at the moment. Got around a 60-point margin over Brandon Webley. So strong performances from those first 2 cars there all season so far, if you look at the results. And then Costas Makrolos in there in 3rd. And then Firthy, obviously the newly claimed pro title, there for Firthy, racing out of the pro status this season. So, and he's doing great things. Came off the back of a very good round previously. So sitting there in 4th behind Costas. Then Hendo up there in 5th, a little bit further behind.
Yes.
And then we go to Will Dixon, Tony Spence. Now Tony Spence, you'll hear us talking about this 420 car of Tony Spence.
The McLaren, yes.
Yeah, just based on his performances, racing out of the Pro-Am category, and he's just punching well above his weight.
Way above his weight, J-Man. Absolutely right. And of course, Matty T, who's running in 8th at the moment.
Yeah, Matty T in 8th, and then Steve Crossan, up and down season. Last week really hurt him. Round 2 and round 4 for Crossy.
Oh, yeah, it did.
A
Last
really
week.
mixed bag. You can see when he gets it all together, based on his results, he's right there or thereabouts. So only 1 point the difference between him and Matty T for that P8 and P9 at the moment. Then Shane Fodderdo, another weekend to forget last weekend, had a really tough gig. Got engaged in a bit of contact at turn 1 last week at Snetterton, and I think that was the story of his night there. So yeah, but he is holding down the 10th spot. And then Pun Chasey, DNF in round 3, a no-show in round 4, holding down 11th. And then Pete Dawson. Pete Dawson's had that Bentley going pretty well this season. And then we get into this next little cluster, and I wanted to talk to you about this P13, 14, 15. So this is a battle for what is effectively second and third on the podium, given that Tony Spence is doing such a great job up there in P7. So that's the 580 car of Gunther Rowe, Craig McConnell, and also Danny Kim. Now that Gunther Rowe, Craig McConnell battle last week was level. very good. Those guys were amongst it. And then the next name I'm gonna skip a couple, Danny Kim and Matt Dayton, down to Kenneth Worcester and Mitchie Haas. Now these two here, look for the performances in qualifying from these guys, because they are in a little bit of a sweet spot as far as battling each other throughout the races. So they're still in the hunt to try and look for a podium for that Pro-Am category. And if we jump down a little bit further, mate, we'll skip a few spots. 22nd, 24th and 26th. Now that is the Adrian Kramer, Mark Turbo and Uncle Joe there, and that is a battle that I think is well and truly in contention for the AM title. Josh Nightingale a little bit further back, but I understand Joshy, get well soon, mate, recovering at home at the moment. So definitely. That's a basic roundup. Now getting back to those points, I just want to announce that currently, by my calculations, you talked about Simblacks, one of the major sponsors, giving away the GT Neo. Now, part of the requirements to be in for the running of that at the end of the season will be to complete 80% or better of the races throughout here. And there, to my calculations, out of the 36 registered drivers for the series, there's still 24 that are available to actually go in contention for that wheel at the end. So that's pretty exciting stuff.
That is, and if you just look at those points, we've sort of dropped off screen at the moment there now, because we're getting a little bit of live footage from trackside here, J-Man on Worcester's Mustang. But look, there is points all the way through to about 30, I think it's 3 or 4 positions. So, like, out of all the sign-ups, I think there's only a couple of people that haven't been able to attend at all. So, really good retention. Halfway through the series, J-Man, like you mentioned, still plenty to come. We'll just flick away from Worcester's car there and just have a quick look at the calendar. Barcelona, Brands Hats. It's been a bit of a British theme here the last few weeks. Brands Hats, Silverstone, Snetterton. We are at Donington, and next week Alton Park. So plenty yet to come, ladies and gentlemen. Get involved. The links to the Discord, the Rainlight Racing Discord, are in the description of this here stream. So yeah, get amongst it, get involved. There's prizes, people, and some good quality racing, big fields. So definitely worth getting amongst. J-Man, who is going to shine here in this, I would suspect, another combined AM and a Pro-Am category here in qualifying, J-Man, for the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, so I think probably looking at the performance already out of the 66 McLaren and Mitchie Haas, got that thing well and truly wound up. Gunther Rowe still posted a pretty stout time there on a 27 flat. Spence at the moment, he's up on his Delta. Where is he? So he is actually heading down. Okay, so he's heading down to the S's as you come through down here, and you head down, gets it out of there nice and tidily. He's going to head down towards the Melbourne hairpin.
Yeah, so there's second to last corner there. Spence just packs that up, but there's a couple of other guys still out on track. Sorry, who was that?
Gunther Rose still out there.
Goebel. Is it Goebel? I think. Looks like he's in T-Fam's car, actually. A very similar paint job. Turbot out in the Porsche, currently holding a 6th position provisionally in qualifying. These guys still have another 4 or so minutes to go. J-Man, a couple of people up on the Delta, but Turbot notably well up and across the line there, slips up a position, just tucked in behind Danny Kim there. J-Man, Gunther Rowe down on his Delta a little bit, but Haas.
Mitchie Haas with a good number coming.
Looking to improve, and majorly J-Man as he just dips the McLaren into the final corner here.
Odds. Yep. Yeah, gets a reasonable run out of there. You'll see, if you pick up on camera when these guys often start a lap, you'll actually see them as they come into Goddard's, which is turn 12. That they'll take a very, very wide line well out in the marbles to really lengthen the acceleration zone down the Wheatcroft Straight. Now, that Wheatcroft Straight is named after the family that actually has the leasehold on this racetrack, and little fact, they've got that leasehold till, fun fact, they have the lease on this racetrack till 2038, so a big investment for the Wheatcroft family.
Very, very nice. So Haas still looking to improve, a little bit down on his Delta at the moment. We still want to keep eyes on Worcester as well, J-Man. All the boys down on their Deltas at the moment. But,
yeah, with only a few and a half minutes to go.
A couple of minutes to go here, J-Man. Worcester, look, really did shine last week. Haas starting to show a little shimmer of green on our data here. Has he got it? Who else is Danny Kim also showing some green on the Delta? J-Man, Haas. Geez, it's easy, made up a couple of tenths there in those last couple of corners after that little chicane there, J-Man.
Yeah, 26.2, it's a good time. I think once again we're possibly going to see one of these Pro-Ams well inside the 10, mixing it up amongst the pros. So I think we saw as low as a 25.7 in official practice. I think was the last number I actually cited. So yeah, 26.2 will be a big time. There'll be some pros probably turn up in this next phase of the qualifying that we're really trying to see if they can better that. But it is a very, very good time around here.
Yeah, super committed circuit here, J-Man. Look, you and I both love this place. We've raced together here quite often over the years, and yeah, it's a full commitment circuit. It's a lot of blind cresting corners through the mid sector and down towards the back section of the circuit here. So as we just see Goebel run through probably the last of those blind right-handers there, and into this little chicane here, J-Man. But yeah, look, it's full commitment here at Donington, isn't it, mate?
Well, you're spending a lot of the time turning here because obviously the nature of the track, obviously heading down the Craner curves down to the old hairpin, and then even, you know, when they climb up through the old Starkey's Bridge section and they head up to turn 6, turn 7, McLean's, and then into Coppice. The car, you know, there's so much time that the car is turning. So what actually the end up result is, it's a relatively low speed track. So terminal top speed at the moment held by no doubt one of the Mustangs.
One of the Mustangs,
and it's Ken Worcester's Mustang.
Oh, there you go.
241 kilometres an hour. So compared to some of the other tracks that we've seen on the calendar, this is a relatively low top speed track. So there's a lot of cars, and I'm looking at the speed trap only making 235, 234 k an hour. So you know there's a lot of time that the car's laterally loaded. As we see right now, we do see the pros all filing out, and led by none other than the series leader Maverick in that Honda, that Red Bull Honda out there,
closely followed by Brandon Webley, J-Man, just to be noted. These guys went at it last week, didn't they? At Snetterton. Look, pretty well for the whole race. It was awesome to watch, and only in the closing minutes did we see Mav put that move on Brandon and get the job done. So yeah, super stuff, and we would expect nothing less again here tonight, J-Man. Look, you say it's not a high top speed track. It is a bit of a roller coaster. The average speeds are there though, isn't it? It's like the guys are always moving. There's not too many big stop-start corners.
No, I think probably the final two. I say it's the Melbourne hairpin and then Goddard's.
Yep.
Probably, you know, that's your two slow points on the track. Probably, I think the Melbourne hairpin down as low as 60, 55, 60k an hour. And then Goddard's probably a little bit more. But you watch here. If you can bring the camera up on Maverick, the way he'll take a very, very wide line out there and then cuts back. And you'll see the same out of Webley. He was going very, very wide. Look, he's so far wide, he's actually almost off the track.
He's totally blown that, J-Man.
I don't think he kind of got that quite as well as he would have liked. But, hey, look, I do see Mitchy Haas tuned in to a little bit of the stream. So we'll congratulate him live here on air on that lap. Very impressive lap, mate. 26.2 is a very solid lap, and I think that's going to find yourself starting from a really good position.
Oh, definitely, J-Man. Nice work from Haas, and yeah, definitely a notable mention. Look, who else snuck in there while we weren't looking, but Gunther Rowe in one of the other Mustangs. Really good showing from Gunther last week. So. Yeah, one to watch, but you know, look, a couple of these guys up the pointy end, you know, look, particularly Haas with the 26.2 J-Man, that will see him in good stead even amongst these pro guys as they roll out on an optimum track here at Donington for round 5 in Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 6.
Now, you know, there's going to be no secret that Maverick's going to really bank, you know, a pretty solid time, and he is a very, very good qualifier as well as he is racer. But I think the question is, you know, right behind him, the lineup: Crossland, Hendo, Matty T, Dayton. You know, who else can fire it in there? I mean, look at that. Maverick's first flying lap, 26.5, really shows you how good that Mitchy Haas time is.
Exactly, J-Man.
Webley straight in there, 26.6, sorry. So, Matty P right in there.
Quick mention to Crossy, also running the officially sponsored Sim Blacks number 43 Honda there, J-Man. Tough week for him last week. Yep. Yeah, look, really was in recovery mode from pretty well from the early stages onwards throughout the night, so he'll be looking to make amends in the Honda. I think the Honda just doing Honda things sometimes, J-Man. It's out of their driver's control, but yeah, just out there looking for that gain. Frodo in provisional 8th at the moment, J-Man, well up on his delta as well. But yeah, usual suspects out the front: Mav, Webley, Matty T. Again, special mention to Haas and Gunther Rowe and Matt Dayton for keeping those cars at the pointy end. So far, provisionally, a little over 10 minutes to go here. The second phase of qualifying. Pros are out on track. Optimum conditions, J-Man.
Yeah, look, not really seeing a lot of improvement. I didn't see, Webley just went perilously close to Haas then on a 26.2. Maverick not with the lap that he wanted, the one before, so a little bit of a mistake in that lap for Mav. Vic Chan, I was waiting to see what the Audi at the hands of Vic Chan could do here at Donington. Didn't really see too much out of him in official practice, but he has got that Audi provisionally up to P4. And then Firthy just moves up P5.
So yeah, I was to the camera boys. I was saying, go to Firthy. They were just a bit slow on the pickup there, but yeah, Firthy Clearly, you know, look, backing up again, you know, it's had some really good form over the early part of this season so far. J-Man recently promoted to the pro category, and has been, you know, warming to it.
Yeah, Maverick heading down to the Melbourne hairpin on a number 2, mate. He is carrying a consistent 3 to 5 tenths. That's now progressed towards 5.
That'll be
4.5
enough.
to 5 tenths. It's going to be a big number.
Matty T not too far off the back of that either. Time-wise, J-Man Mav runs to the top of the board.
No improvement for Webley there. Was a 26.3 last time round. Doesn't eclipse his own 26.2.
Vic Chan just sneaking in there as well. Still pipping Matty T for 4th provisionally as he runs across the line for another lap. Webley.
Crossland goes P2.
Mate, we know. Look, the car has been fast. Crossland has been fast, but he had some terrible luck in the past couple of rounds, J-Man. So yeah, look, no surprise that Honda is that Simblax Honda back up on the front row provisionally as we speak. 8 minutes to go, J-Man.
Yeah, just responding here to Bailey Stewart and the questions. G'day Bailey, welcome aboard, welcome to the stream. Championship, we did just cover that off. However, we will touch base on it a little bit, maybe at the back end of the session. But yeah, look, no secret that Mavericks at the top end of town over Webley and Macrolos and Co. So we'll just touch back on that in a little bit, mate. But yeah, looking at that time of crossing, 26.1, perilously close to Mav's 26.0. I know Maverick's got a 25 in him if he can get it all together. Just
watching Vic Chan there too, J-Man.
Yep.
Showing some pretty healthy deltas as he runs out of the final corner and across the start-finish lane and puts himself in 6th provisionally in front of Shane Frodo, Nick Firth and Matty T. Now, Matty T was just tucked up in front of him as those guys run back to the pits. Geordie Moss also just running across the line. No gain there, J-Man. Mav still out on track and hitting green deltas. Dayton out on track and hitting some good solid deltas. And probably deltas good enough to pip Webley.
Dawson on a number that's going to see him move up a good 4 or 5 spots, maybe even contend, I think, with looking like possibly Firthy, Forodo.
He'll be in that range. There it is.
Just in the P10 behind Matty T. So
nice work. Crossland still out on track. J-Man, just across the line again, should I say. No gain to his time, but Mav currently holding the best lap. J-Man, look at that lap. It is nearly a 125, a 126.020. Oh my.
Yeah, well, here comes Crossy, although unless it's an out lap, I just got red on the but I've got green on the Delta, so...
Oh, yeah, Crossy's still in the first sector. So still plenty of work to do in the Honda. Matty T still looking for some gains. Firthy still looking for some gains as well. A J-Man as he runs up to the final corner with a 10th or so up his sleeve, which might sneak him up around the Fuddo area, maybe a little bit more.
He's just in a head of Macrolos and just behind Fuddo there. He just dumped a half a tenth off the final corner. But yeah, just once again, can't really emphasise enough how good that lap was for the 66 McLaren and Mitchie Haas there. Still holding down.
So true.
P3, so starting from the second row will be a great night for Mitchie if he can get the car starting off of that position, if it maintains where he is now. And Mitchie Haas, okay, currently sitting 18th in the championship. So, and I talked about the battle last week, him and Ken Worcester and co, you know, for those, you know, those really, really hard fought positions. in the mid pack there. So that's a good good qualifying. I'll be interested to see what he can do from that position. So who has parked it? Okay, Matty T's currently parked it. Otherwise, pretty much we do have the rest of the pros out there giving it a good nudge. Crossland, where is he? Okay, so he's coming down to the S's, is he? Yeah, he is, and he's got a good doubt. He's got a good couple of tenths up his sleeve. That's all he'll need if he can follow it through. 2.5 tenths. Gets through the S's nice and clean. Jumps about 1.5 tenths though, so he's pretty close to the 26.1 that he is. He needs to be nice and tight down here at the Melbourne hairpin. Really, really looking for good drive off of this here. Little bit of wheel spin. Flashes of red on the Delta. He's perilously closed, but you know how easily you can gain some time if you ace this Goddard's final turn 12. He tucks it in tight. The Delta's heading in the right way. It's only just up a little bit. There'll be a slight improvement, but not by a lot.
Not by a lot, but you look, just shows you the pace of that Honda J-Man. Also, Webley flashing some very healthy Deltas in his last lap there. Deltas that look like he could have put that Mustang on the top spot. So
Maverick just about to better this time.
He runs around again, and there is the 25, ladies and gentlemen. Right there, Mav at his best here at Donington for round 5 in Rain Like Rain Sings 2024 GT3 Series 6.
Sorry, I was just watching Steve Crossan in that Honda. Obviously, got the same equipment underneath him that Maverick does. He's currently doing a little bit of grass cutting. However, before he ran off down at the final part of the Craner curves coming down the hill, he did have a good 4 tenths up his sleeve. So there's some performance in that car.
Who was that? Sorry, Webley?
Nah, Steve Crossan. Yeah. So there's definite performance in that car. At a track tonight that potentially with the lower speeds maybe not favour the Mustang as much tonight.
Quite possibly, J-Man. However, if you just look at the Delta that I'm getting from Webley at the moment, it's looking pretty healthy. This could
be enough for P2.
Could be enough for P2 here as he runs out of the final corner. J-Man looking pretty tidy, a little bit of a wriggle.
Oh, by the smallest of margins.
Wow.
Smallest of margins. So it just knocks Mitchy Haas down to P4. Still on the second row, however.
So
who else we got with some numbers going on?
A little under 2 minutes to go as Webley runs around for another lap.
Look at the margin he's got coming down the Craner curves. 2.5 tenths heading towards 3 tenths.
The pace of the Mustang when it can stretch its legs is amazing, but really it does not perform like the rear engine cars, the mid engine cars, should I say so. But still, look at that Delta, J-Man. He's holding that at the moment.
Yeah,
we've got nearly 4 tenths showing on our Deltas at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. So the Webley number 26 Mustang there.
Oh, he's nice through the chicane.
Look at how quick this thing is, but look at it just bleed off the time through this final sector here, and then back down from 4 tenths in the first sector to under a tenth there. Yeah, about a tenth there. So tough gig. This could quite possibly still maybe. Oh, he's got a good run out of here. This will put him in front of Crossland.
Does.
There it is.
So Webley gets on the front row. He wants to go sparring with Maverick again, as he did last week.
Yeah. Again. Yes, that's right.
Crossland with good Delta is once again comes down the Craner curves. This car builds speed, and we know how good the Honda is through the back sector.
Oh, definitely. Very nimble car. He pulls out of that J-Man. Has he or has he not? Looked like...
No, he's still in it. He's still in it. He didn't get a track cut there. He was just, a little bit loose.
A little bit loose there.
As he heads up to McLean's and Coppice. Bleeds a bit of time. That wheel spin just hurt him a little bit. He's very wide out of Coppice.
J-Man.
Okay, Maverick up a little bit on his data. Where is he? Okay, so he's not too far behind Crosser. Who was at the back of shot? I saw that. Pete Dawson incredibly sideways. Matt Dayton now on a number, although he just bled it out on the final turn. He's going to get a little bit back. Won't be enough.
And I think that might have been crossing around out of Melbourne there
Out
as
in
well.
Melbourne Hairpin, yep.
Yeah, Macalos a little bit up on his delta as well. J-Man as the timer goes to 0. So this will be the final.
Well, this could be important here for Macalos.
And look at the delta. This could put him in the 25s. That is looking healthy, J-Man. He's got one more corner to go. He bled off a little bit.
I think he's going to
speed.
find himself up near Crossy and Haas here, mate. Maybe a little bit better.
Gets the run. It's gaining, and there it is.
Ooh, goes up. P3.
First car on the second row in front of Crossland. So we got Mav, Brandon Webley.
Yeah.
Costas Macrolos, Steve Crossland.
Yeah.
Mitchy House. Matt Dayton, Vic Chan, Shane Frodo, Nick Firth in front of Matty T, running at the top 10, J-Man and Pete Dawson, Nathan Henderson, Jordan Moss, Aston Hugh.
Might be a good time just to bring up that point screen again. We'll just quickly do a recap on that because that's very interesting. Top 3, Maverick, Webley and Macrolos. That is the top 3 in the championship. And they are 1, 2, 3 on the grid here for race 5 here of the season. So interesting that it's shaken out like that. And then Steve Crossan obviously looking for a good result here tonight, racing out of the 9th position in the championship. Mitchy Haas, what do you say? You know, ends up P5 up there. A lot of pros around him. The nearest pro-am is Gunther Rowe, who got knocked back to 16th after that show from the pros. So the pros really put it on here tonight to get themselves up where they're expected to be. And then, Vic Chan with a good showing. So good to see Vic up there. I think Vic only made, I think, one of the rounds this season. So he's well back in the championship. However, he's starting out of a good position here tonight.
Yeah.
P7. Shane Frodo doing a good job as well. So, yeah, cheers, Warren. Should be a good night, mate. I think Donington's certainly going to throw up plenty of action. I think the hot spots will be, once again, the Melbourne hairpin. I think potential lunges down the inside. It's a particularly wide entry into Goddard's turn 12. So the opportunity for maybe somebody to try and shoot down the inside, take that away. I think we'll see some overlaps down the front straight heading into Redgate. So danger zones, I think Davo would definitely be down the bottom of the Craner curves, just getting a kick off the final chicane, the final ripple strip down the bottom of the Craner curves and ending up out in the dirty stuff. So plenty of action here to come for sure.
Definitely, J-Man.
The 60 minutes, no compulsory pit stop, just an absolute sprint here. Once again, UK is the theme. We're hanging over here for a little bit. So as you can see, very much, off the back of Brand, Silverstone, Snetterton, Donington Park, and then Alton Park. The beanies will be getting plenty of action.
Definitely, J-Man. We will just wait until this server ticks over. Give us a minute or so and we will get some vision back to you guys. But look, once again, we must thank Rainlight Racing for bringing us all this goodness. It is the 2024 GT3 Series 6, proudly sponsored by Sim Black's Crosscut Woodworks, True to Life Racing, Crossy 43 and Hendo, and as always broadcast to you by myself and J-Man here at MATCHFIT Entertainment. We have had a little bit of a theme going on, like we've mentioned a couple of times. So a few British tracks, one more next week, a 120-minute race. There was meant to be a 120 last week, J-Man, but little niggly little server glitch there upset that shortened schedule for last week. But we will be back up again for a 120 at Alton Park. That is next week, and we have got plenty going on at MATCHFIT Entertainment as well, J-Man.
Yeah, no, we're pretty much back on the calendar again. Obviously, Monday nights at the moment, Thursday nights to resume again shortly. I think back with ASR&Z, and then
Definitely.
Obviously we've got the final round of the TA2s over at Hardcore. So that is the finale under lights at Sydney Motorsport Park this coming weekend, and then got a bit of endurance action about to start with ESO. So.
Yes, on the 27th, don't miss out on that. We here at MATCHFIT will release a calendar soon, so keep up with all that action as well. And so, in saying that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, also hit the notifications so you can keep up with everything that's going on in ACC and RF2 in Australia and New Zealand at the moment. Man, this is going to be an awesome one. Love Donington. A good field here tonight, and some good, quick stuff up the pointy end.
Yeah, some colourful characters tuning in, I see too. So, and I mean, the last comment, I mean, that guy knows of all people, Mr. Wilson, that Davo does not need a whiskey at this time of the night. We've got a 60 ahead of us. We might give him one at the end of the night, but good to have you tuning in, Yuli.
Oh, thanks, Shirley. That's okay. I think I've got that stuff covered. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So looking forward to the start now. Maverick, obviously, going to have, I would think, the inside line, but depending on the double file start, rolling start, he'll be interesting to see as they head into Redgate. If the wide line and then the cutback as they head down the Craner curves, what that does for Webley and the horsepower of that car. So,
mate,
we talked about how good that Mustang was, I think, in Sector 1, but then we know how good that Honda is in Sector 2 and 3. So, especially 3, I think. So,
yeah, look, interesting track here. As much as I think the for maybe half of it, the Mustang has got a bit of an advantage. I think for the other half, the Honda does. So it will be interesting to watch as the boys run down here into Melbourne.
And girls.
Guys and girls. Yes. Yep. And start to form up here. Ladies and gentlemen, you have joined us for Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 series. Have you already noticed? Hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the notifications. Keep up with what's going on. We've got to thank Sim Blacks. We've got to thank Crosscut Woodworks and True to Life Racing Designs, Crossy 43 Hendo, and let's thank ourselves as well, Davo and J-Man, as the boys line up. Mate. Mav on the front, Webley, Macrolos, Crossland, Haas, Dayton, Chan, Frodo, Nick Firth and Matty T running out the top 10, and we got a green light here, round 5.
Got a good jump in the back there from Vic Chan, or a little bit of contact with Richie Haas into Goddard's, Redgate turn 1.
Yes,
Maverick getting a good jump on Webley there.
Definitely, I think he needed that, J-Man. That was Haas. Is that is Firth going backwards there a little bit? That might have got tangled up. No, I think it's Dayton, J-Man. You called that. Actually, Matty T side by side at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, a little bit of paint exchange between Matty T and Nick Firth there, and Hendo just sitting in wait at the moment, and then Dawson not far behind there. So there's a big pack. They're still side by side. They haven't settled this yet.
Oh, yeah, and in the background, J-Man, I think that is...
So that looked like... That very much.
That's Kramer like going backwards. No,
it is
Moss going backwards.
777 of Jordan Moss there, just heading around as they must have come up through McLean's, I think, there. So a little bit of an incident, and then I just did pick up who was that. I think that was Will Dixon was recovering too. So something happened there to Will Dixon.
Yeah, House also back a few positions after the little S's there, J-Man. But what a start from Macrolos, J-Man. He's currently sitting in third position, in behind Webley's Mustang.
Yeah, he started from third, so he's
so Haas back.
that.
I think Farado's back. Matty T's back in position as well. I think Matty T and Firth have been trading positions. So it's all going on. This has given Mav just that little step out.
Haas back one spot. That's to the better of Vic Chan. Managed to grab that spot. So Vic Chan doing a good job there. He started, I think, P7 with Farado, and he's moved up. So Chan trying to clutch onto the back of Steve Crossan's got a bit of work to do.
So I think Haas and Firth both getting tangled up there a little bit in that early stages. If you just look in behind Matty T, that is Nathan Henderson. Nathan Henderson showing some awesome form in the last couple of weeks, J-Man. Mark Turbot losing a position to Worcester as well in the number 8 Mustang.
Yeah, so for me, I think it'll be, we just see Mav just pulling that margin out around about 1.3 seconds. About the equal gap at the moment. Now Macrolos going to try and attack Webley early here. And
Matty T on Firthy, not giving him any relief here, J-Man.
And she's got to
she's got a cover as well there from Henderson.
Oh, tell you what, Firthy left the door open there, but
look at Hendo. And who's that in behind? That is Dawson Hughes and Gunther Road, J-Man. So again, Matty T vulnerable now to Hendo.
Dayton Haas as well, mate, is all going on.
That group of cars, we are only 2 laps in, ladies and gentlemen. It is going off.
Oh, so Haas got Chan back, so something must have happened there to Chan, because he was ahead of Haas, now he's back behind him.
Just looking at the background there.
Start to this race.
Oh, definitely. And definitely in the action, J-Man. Dayton also now tucked in behind Chan with Farado hot on his tail. So the guys and girls just settled in there a little bit. There was a little bit of elbow, a little bit of side-by-side stuff there over the first couple of laps. Finding their groove here. This very much a rhythm roller coaster style track. And so these guys will want to just sort of get in that rhythm and then start making their game plan, J-Man, as you can just see that in that shot there. Everyone with a few car lengths between each other.
Yeah, look, in a true sprint too, you know, the fuel's not an issue. I think these guys and girls will actually go out and absolutely smash these tyres for 60. Obviously, they'll be a bit worse for wear for the final sort of 5 or 10 minutes. But
of course.
But they will actually, you know, the pace. And so if we get an idea on the pace, the best lap of the race so far, we're about to get an indication of what the next lap is a 27.3 via Maverick, obviously out there in the fresh air. But 27.4s and 27.5s is the flavour for the next 5 positions after that. So not too far off the mark.
No, definitely not. So Danny Kim in the, just taking...
P16,
rounding up the back of that massive front group of cars there, J-Man, in the Milo Ferrari there. From there on, there's a bit of a gap back to Worcester, Turbot, Kramer, Goebel, Dixon, Moss, Davison and Grimmer. Just remembering Moss. We're pretty sure got tangled up there in lap 1.
Yeah, I'm not too sure whether that was maybe with Dixon, because Dixon went a long way back as well. So
fair call.
Hey, one of the good battles out on track that started from the lights out and still goes on. Obviously only got a couple of laps under the belt, 3 laps under the belt, but as the Matty T, Nick Firth battle, and Matty T gets an awkward bounce.
Oh, definitely, J-Man.
Through the S's, and Firth, Hendo's going to have a big look down into the Melbourne hairpin and going to have the optimal inside line. Matty will have a drive off the corner, but I think Firthy's, Hendo's going to...
No, it's Hendo, yeah. So Firth was in front there, J-Man, and looks like Matty just went a little bit too deep into the S's there.
Yeah, just got a bad kick off the chicane.
And Hendo getting it done, J-Man, like you mentioned.
It's 1.7 is the margin now, so Maverick just kind of got this early pace going. Webley's got his mirror full of Macrolos as well, so that's probably a factor in it too. But Matty, straight back on the attack on Hendo, through Redgate. Very, very wide out of Redgate, tempting fate with the grass.
Yeah, look, I think, yeah, Maddie definitely confident with the speed that she's getting out of the Ferrari at the moment, and was putting, you know, look, really was applying some pressure to Firth there, J-Man, and so just that little mistake when the field's this close, you know, it is, you know, you're bound to lose a position, aren't you?
Yeah, and also a couple of OES boys in here as well. Obviously, Vic Chan racing out of 6th position at the moment, and Fodado out of 8th. Now, Fodado right on the back of Dayton at the moment as well. So that's a spirited battle. Now, Chan trying to size up Mitchie Haas again. We saw him get past him early. Must have made a mistake. He's going to look for an outside line at the Melbourne hairpin.
Which will put him
a hard move to pull off if he can live there.
But
he'll have rights.
He's got it on the inside for the next one, J-Man, and it looks like he's pulled that off, J-Man. Impressive.
Yeah,
Watch this. Here we go. Oh, sliders of paint exchanges there. That is Dayton tucked in behind there.
Now, if Haas can live here, have rights for Redgate.
Still has overlap. Or does he?
Nah, the overlap's gone. And we do see a 5-second penalty applied by the stewards to Jordan Moss for that lap 1 incident. So, obviously found to be guilty of something down there. Cops a 5-second penalty.
Unfortunate,
but that's Dixon up on the inside of Moss, down to Redgate.
So Moss still got his hands full, J-Man, and great to have the live stewarding back on board once again tonight. As we got this gaggle of cars, this, I think it's a Vic Chan, Haas, Dayton, Fodado battle. Yep. These guys are going off. Are they all McLarens? Am I just seeing that right?
Yeah, there's 4 McLarens in a row, mate, going at it.
Oh, Chan's in the Audi, that's right.
Yep. Yeah, Chan's in the Audi, but then you've got Firthy, Fodado, Dayton, Haas.
Yeah.
Firthy's obviously got company now from Hendo.
Haas has gone wide. Haas has gone wide. He's allowed Dayton through, but Fodado now on the attack.
And he dives to the inside. We talked about this move down at 10-12 Goddard's. That's a wide entry if you can poke the car in there.
So is this is the second time now. We saw Chan do this earlier, just remove that overlap. Has Fodado been able to make that position? Yes, he has.
He has, yeah. So it's just that entry, you know, if you're the shallower car coming into the right-hand of turn 1 at Goddard's, at Redgate, you are vulnerable because you're just not going to be able to hold the car shallow enough to give the other car room on the exit. So a couple of good moves there. Maybe
absolutely.
Maybe Fodado saw that from the teammate.
So Haas, look, just slowly, you know, like bleeding off of positions there in this first opening phase of the race. J-Man, that car clearly not happy in these early stages. As you can see, just back at camera there, that was Mav, Webley, Macrolos, Crossland running through the S's in front of these guys. So still very much in touch, J-Man, with only 10 minutes run in the race so far.
Yeah, look, moving forward for Mitchie Haas, he did such a great job in qualifying, and, you know, realistically, the battles, you know, in class is the 580 car of Gunther Rowe out of P13 is the next car in class that he's battling. Obviously, wants to be putting some cars in between him and Gunther for the championship status. But look, it's not going to get any easier because right behind him he has got Firthy, Hendo and Matty T and Pete Dawson coming. Now, all pro drivers, and they're all behind him, and they'll all want to at least, you know, get that position. They don't want to be beaten by a Pro-Am, you know. So plenty of work to do for Mitchie. I'm sure he's up for it though. It'll be a good night for him, a good race. Ashton Hughes now putting a lot of pressure on the 580 car of Gunther Rowe too.
Just picking up a replay there of Gunther just coming out of T1, J-Man getting that Mustang all kinds of whipped up and just ever so runnable to Hughes's number 92 Porsche. J-Man. So plenty going on in the mid-pack. Well, where is the mid-pack? I think the mid-pack here is this Matty T. Henderson versus Haas, Fotado, Dayton battle, and just throw Chan in there for good measure.
Yep.
Because that's where it's all happening. Vic Chan, and we know Vic, the type of IQ, racing IQ Vic Chan's got. Look, he's cleared that group of cars and has just got that little bit of a gap, and we just know, the way Vic thinks, he will want to keep that gap and just move forward and leave those guys behind him, because I don't think Dayton is out of the woods just yet with Fotado and Haas and Nick Burts and Hendo and Matty T all tucked in behind him.
Yeah, and it really emphasises the quality of the pros in this series. Vic's a guy that's we're used to interviewing. He normally is the last interview of the night. He normally sits on the top spot over at ASR and Z, so it really does emphasise the speed of the pros here at the moment. They are very, very good. They're very fast. So he'll enjoy this challenge.
Yes, funny you say that, J-Man. We do talk to a few of these guys or girls quite often, don't we, around the communities? Are these same people, class acts in their own right? So, yeah, awesome to get to call them so often, actually, throughout the week, J-Man. As we have eyes on Nick Firth, one of the MATCHFIT crew, to be honest. He has commentated part-time with the MATCHFIT boys here in the past, but that little battle that's just going on in front of him is what he will be focused on tonight, not the commentary box and not a microphone, because if those three cars, the Dayton, Fotado, Haas cars, keep battling, he will be well in touch with that. He does still have Hendo and Matty T tucked in behind him there. Who is in front of that little battle there? Oh, is that the Crossland car? It is the Crossland car.
Yeah, so crossing up ahead of Vic Chan. Vic Chan's trying to work a margin there. I've seen it just shrinking ever so slightly. It was around 3.5 seconds at this phase last lap. It's now 2.8. So Chan is trying to make some inroads into Steve Crossland, although I'm watching the performance of the Audi over the Honda, and the Honda certainly pulls a little bit back in places, and then but I think overall on the lap, last lap round, for Vic Chan was a 27.0 versus a 27.4 for Crossland. Other than Maverick, Vic Chan was the second fastest car that last lap round on track.
So just eyes on Makalos, J-Man, getting all up and close and personal on the back of Webley's Mustang. So Makalos with, I think he may have got turned early in last week's race at Snetterton, J-Man.
Yeah, that was the incident with Fotado, yeah.
Yeah, it was really in recovery mode for the rest of the evening, and but as always, showing awesome pace out of the Ferrari, and once again here tonight, really wanting to run with Webley here, and Webley probably struggling to focus on Mav's car, which is stretching away when he's got all this going on in his mirrors at the moment. Crossland will be just rubbing his hands together too, mind you. He can see that happening.
Yeah, last lap round, Maverick, 26.715. Last lap round, Vic Chan, 26.87. So,
yeah, it's close.
Yeah. However, Macrolos, 26.9. So he has got pace. You are seeing that correct. I think he, in places, certainly has some strengths over Webley. However, once they get on these straights, that Mustang just stretches it out. I think the speed trap between those two, Webley, highest top speed of any car out there at the moment at 240k an hour. The equivalent, so Costas Macrolos 235, so he's gaining 5k an hour through the speed trap in that Mustang over that Ferrari. So that is the difference. So Macrolos going to have to do it under brakes in the corner. Speaking about brakes in Ferraris, I've been watching Matty T on Nathan Henderson, and you watch the closing distance Matty T makes down to Redgate, turn 1. We're about to probably see it again now. You look at the margin as they come across the start-finish line and they head down to Redgate. You watch the closing distance of this Ferrari down to turn 1. If she does it again, right up on there. Big under brakes is Maddie T in that Ferrari.
And Hendo clearly feeling the pressure there, J-Man, actually just, you know, picking up the throttle there and getting that Aston very sideways on the exit. That does your run down the hill here no good at all. And again, down the bottom of the hill, I think that must have been Firth out in front there, throwing up a whole bunch of dust. So these guys and girls are really pushing the limits at the moment. Firth, I think, probably starting to feel the pressure because I think Matty T and Hendo are coming, mate. They're coming for him. Macrolos and Webley, J-Man, and it is on! It is on down in Melbourne.
Yep.
And Macrolos, Webley's
down
got nothing.
Inside.
Webley opens the door.
Can he cut back? Now this is where you want to watch the horsepower of this Mustang. Can he fire it down the inside here? He stays wide. Cuts back down. Very accurate at the apex was Macrolos there.
Look how close Crossland. Just that little exchange between those two guys. J-Man.
And you look what it's done. The margin was 3.3 up the road to Maverick, who's out there punching low 27s, and that just all of a sudden went from 3.3 to 4.3 with the exchange of one pass down at the Melbourne hairpin, and that's just what that can do. And as you mentioned, it has re-inspired Crossland to try and get on the tail of Webley now. And in the meantime, Vic Chan still just trying to chip away at that margin, 2.6 seconds off the back of Crossland at the moment.
Yeah, and I think with Vic Chan being in that Audi, that we know at the hands of Vic Chan that Audi will be quick, J-Man. You're already calling the times compared to Mavs, and you know, look, he's on the move. He's definitely on the move, J-Man. Fodado and Dayton.
Yeah, Fodado and Dayton, that's really, really getting up there.
We still have Matty T on Hendo as well.
Yeah, look, great question, Warren. I feel like the last 2 seasons with the current BOP that Rainlight's using as well, I feel like the Honda is very, very competitive. Certainly
in the right hands.
Yeah, in the right hands. Certainly makes incredible corner speed. So, yeah, I feel like it is a much improved car on seasons gone by. So
it never got a lot of love, did it, J-Man?
No. So this Firthy Hendo Matty T battle, Firthy sort of stepped out, managed to get away a little bit. I thought he was going to start putting a bit of pressure on Mitchie Haas, but look, Hendo and Matty T coming back to him, I think, or maybe Firthy heading back to them. I'll give you an update on the laps. 27.4 last lap time round, and then Hendo and Matty T 27.5 apiece. So look, I think Haas 27.2, just doing a great job at the moment out of P8. I saw him start out of P5, currently P8, he's doing a great job out of the Pro-Am stable.
Definitely, J-Man, as we have cameras still on the Macrolos Ferrari here, J-Man. I just don't think Webley can keep up with him. He's just slowly chipping away. We see him run down this little back straight here.
Yeah, he's got plenty on the straight.
He's got the punch, but look at the gains that Ferrari gets. And the Mustang very sideways out of the
pushing.
S's there. Yeah, so down into Melbourne here again, we see them close, but I just don't think he's got it. And who is that in the background? Steve Crossland.
It's Dayton as well in the background of that.
Again, Webley very tight up under the rear wing of Macrolos's Ferrari, but look at the punch the Ferrari gets out of the corner compared to the Mustang.
So another good battle going on. Back a shot is still the 580 and 92 car of Gunter Rowe and Ashton Hughes. That has been going on for quite some time. Just a bit of an arm wrestle there. The Mustang obviously got the punch in the straight line over the Porsche.
And I think that Spence and Kim just tucked up behind them too. They're both still going at it as well. So
yeah, that's been a long-standing battle as well.
So plenty going on all throughout the field there. Jordan Moss just in recovery mode there. J-Man back into 17th. So nice work from the 777 McLaren J-Man. Oh,
Danny Kim and Spence, yep. It's tight.
That is tight. Little slip up from Spence there. So easily could pay the price for such minor mistakes here when the field is so tightly bunched and the average speeds are so high. As they run down the back straight towards the S's here, J-Man Spence will be mindful that he is very much vulnerable to Danny Kim's number 11 Milo Ferrari there, J-Man.
Yeah, so just
runs
watching
steep again. Runs steep again.
In reference to your point about Macrolos off the corner against Webley, and I'm seeing the same thing with Matty T and Hendo. So it appears from our seating position like the Ferraris just have great drive traction off the exit of the corner, which is really doing them a world of favours. So pretty hard to get past one of them out of the likes of the Melbourne hairpin or maybe even Goddard's turn 12. But yeah, Matty T starting to make inroads now back to Firthy. This was a battle that we saw side by side, lap one, start of the race, these two cars.
Yeah.
So Ferrari on McLaren is a good battle, and Hendo's still right in there.
Yeah, definitely traded positions there a couple of times, I think, in the first couple of laps there, J-Man. And like you mentioned, Hendo's in touch. We've got Dawson not that far behind in the Bentley there, but Firthy will be trying to distance himself as much as he possibly can from this. But can he? No, Maddie is on fire. She's coming to get him.
Yeah, and I'm just watching Vic Chan, you know, when we picked up the top of the battle was something like 3.3, 3.4 seconds to cross. He's now got that to a second, 1.1 to 1 second. So, and he's pulling Dayton along with him as well in that 4th, 5th and 6th battle, which I'm pretty sure in the coming next sort of 2-3 laps is going to eventuate. So probably about the half race mark. I think Crossland is going to have a mirror full of Steve Crossland. Vic Chan, sorry. Webley still pushing very, very hard to try and stay with Macrolos there. Really, the attitude of that Mustang. You can see here, he's very, very good here, but then the drive traction of the Ferrari.
Just again, really driving it to the limits again, J-Man, as we saw Webley picking up the throttle there. A little bit of sideways, a little bit of curb, a little bit of dust, and it just keeps his foot into it. Just a tag onto the back of Macrolos.
So, something we haven't mentioned tonight that I think has probably got to be something in consideration. We heard at the back end of the podium interviews last week at Snetterton, and we heard Webley talking about pressure loss, tyre pressure loss. Now, that may well be a factor here tonight as they smash the two curbs down at the S's.
There's a few, isn't there, that they smash, actually, J-Man, here.
Yeah, no, but I think definitely turns 9 and 10 down at the S's. I think the way that they hit those curbs, so pressure loss potentially for either the left or the front left or front right could be a real factor here tonight. And it'll be interesting to hear from some of these drivers post-race about whether that is thing and whether they've overpressured them maybe slightly to negate that a little bit.
Yeah, quite possibly. It was definitely a factor. Look, more people than not talked about it last week, didn't they, in post-race? And even off-air, we talked to a few guys, and yeah, it was all about tyre pressures at the end of the race.
Yeah, Matty T, very, very strong coming down the crane of curves and then heading up the hill. Just really starting to make some margin on Firthy here, as is Vic Chan now. Don't even need the time split. It is 0.5, 0.6 of a second. He is on the back of Steve Croston now, so there's a battle forming.
There is a battle
what is 4th and 5th.
But that mid-pack trio, J-Man, you just mentioned, Firth,
Matty T and
Hendo. Look, it really hasn't gone away the whole race. Look, we're nearly halfway through this 60-minute race, and yeah, these guys inseparable at the moment.
Oh, Whāraro on Crossland. Sorry, Chan on Crossland, was it? No,
Chan on
must have been on the
Crossland
back of
and
shot. Sorry.
Dayton.
Yeah,
On,
and
let's have
Dayton.
a look
So,
at that.
yeah, there must have been something going on there. Bit of a replay record.
Oh, Crossland running deep at the S's, J-Man.
Yep.
So that allows Dayton through and Chan through, and then ultimately Dayton at Melbourne.
So just a little bit of an outbreak there from Crossy, unforced, unfortunate, but hey, look, he's still up and running. Drop back from P4 to P6. Now, I just saw a macro loss. I saw a white car in front, and I was, what's going on here? But it is Uncle Joe. He's just trying to round up a little bit of lap traffic, and macro loss caught him at a tricky spot here. Does this play into the hands of Webley?
Oh, well, look, you would expect so here now with Webley, with that run onto this back straight here. Good, clean pass on Joe. No disrespect to Joe there, actually had really just had to hold his line and keep that car pointing in the right direction. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's much gain there from Webley, to be honest, J-Man.
No. And closest battle out on track would still have to be Gunther Rowe, Ashton Hughes, Danny Kim and Tony Spence. They are very good battle still going on. As we see, actually Hughesy just getting a big kick off of the S's there as they head down the Melbourne hairpin. He was well and truly hanging on to that thing after he grabbed a little bit too much curb. That's the curb we just spoke about, potential tyre pressure loss issues there maybe later.
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
It is half past, what is it? It's 4:30 in the Arvo. And what's our temps out there? 18 degrees ambient, 22 tracks, so it's quite chilly.
Well, that's a standard Donington afternoon, isn't it?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
That's what we'd expect.
So the next ones to turn up to Uncle Joe will be, who is that I'm just looking at? Will be Chan, and then Dayton, Crossland.
Oh, Crossland, so crossed up as he runs out of that fast right-hander, J-Man, down the back straight.
So it's a big, certainly a big snake there, going from, I think, Crossland just once again drops a wheel.
Really struggling with that Honda there, J-Man.
Oh, Matty T, is she lining up a move here? She's on the outside to Melbourne hairpins, really starting to put some pressure on Nick Firth. No way around there. But starting to apply the blowtorches, Matty T, on the back of the McLaren.
So, as look, we always say these tyres do phase throughout the race, J-Man. Some cars not so quick. Like we saw Haas's car qualify very well, but not quick in the early phase of the race. And things can change as the minutes tick over. And now we see Matty T in the Ferrari starting to put pressure on the back of the Firth car.
Yeah, and look, it'll make Firthy just look, because she's super close right now, and she's strong, as I mentioned earlier, down through the Craner curves here, and then heading up to McLean's and Coppice. Super strong. We know how good the drive traction is on the Ferrari, and there we go, halfway through the race. So much has happened already. Still got another 30 minutes to go, Davo.
Oh, mate, still plenty going on. The mid-pack is running hot. Just remembering, we've still got the Gunther Rowe, Aston Hughes battle going on. We've still got, I think it's Spence and Kim going at it. Yes, there's still plenty going on all the way through the field here.
Yeah, good battle too for the AMs between Turbot, Kramer, Phil Davison as well. So Phil Davison and Adrian Kramer quite close out there on track. So a bit of a battle going on there.
Yeah, so they're all nose to tail at the moment, J-Man, and not that far apart. So very much in touch with each other still. definitely good watch. Joe Grimmer also in that battle as well. Now starting to get wrapped up by some of the quicker drivers. We will get back up to the Matty T car, I think, because that's where the fight is at the moment, J-Man. Apart from maybe Faraday and Crossland, we'll try and keep one eye looking that way and one eye looking that way.
Yeah, I've got one eye on Hughesy Gunther Rowe as well, because I feel like that's starting to get a little bit spicy. Hughesy was really, really close out of Goddard's the final turn. Mustang stretching its legs.
Matty T with overlap. Really forces the issue with Firth. That's put Firth wide with a little bit of contact, and Hendo.
Hendo had to get out of the throttle there.
So we'll just pick up on a quick replay of that one there. Yeah, Matty T really forcing the issue there. A little bit of contact. Made Firth vulnerable. No contact between Firth and Henderson, but Henderson, yeah, like you said, just having a lift there and getting the Aston a little bit squirrely.
Yeah.
And it's not going away, this battle, mate.
Nah, he just couldn't stay in it. It would have caused a bit of a rotation there, but I think that was a good... Oh, Matty runs wide, final turn. It's going to give Firthy another shot here, although she has got the drive from coming out wide on the front straight. She's just going to have the mile an hour heading into Redgate to hold that off. Although Firthy, big send. Looks almost like a readdress.
Massive send there, J-Man. Can he make it stick? This run down the hill. Look, we've got to get out of the front of Hendo's car.
Hendo around the outside
of Matty T. Really?
Sticks it up there. Sticks it up there down the grain of curves and gets the job done.
Here we go. Oh, yeah, Matty T got way out of it as she was nearly had overlap on Firth there. And Hendo just jumping all over that.
Sends it round the outside. Good stuff.
What a mark.
Yeah, and look, Pete Dawson.
That's Dawson.
Dawson's right amongst it, mate. He's just like, righto.
Bring it on. Bring it on, guys. Just keep it going. So Firth. Look. I keep... Hendo. Firth with a mistake. Hendo and Matty T. Matty T. Yep. On Henderson as well on the outside. Firth! Nearly tags the back of Madison's car.
Dawson grabs that spot.
Wow.
Who's that in the back of shot there? That's Gunther Rowe and Ashton Hughes in the back of that shot. And then you've got Tony Spence and Danny Kim also just not that far behind. So this pack from effectively... Hendo back to Spence there's not that many miles on the track between them, so they've got to be a bit careful here.
There's not at all, J-Man. Look, these guys and girls have been going at it pretty well the whole race. We're little over 25 minutes to go, so yeah, 35 minutes of good solid racing. Firth, he will be kicking himself, J-Man.
He will be. And, yeah, that's still got an eye on that Rowe Hughesy battle. It has really, really been a great one. A little bit of an air gap at the moment between Spence and Kim. Wasn't that way a lap ago. They were still bumper to bumper. But, yeah, just watching the Porsche looking super straight at the moment off the corners. And watching the Mustang just wag the tail a little bit, trying to get all that horsepower down. And I think this will be a class example as we come down now to the Melbourne hairpin. You watch the Porsche try and get all that traction off of here. Goes right with the Mustang, but then you'll just see the Mustang pull away. The horsepower's ahead up to Goddard's. Stretches the legs a little bit. Porsche will close back in again.
It's that mid-corner speed, isn't it, of these more nimble cars?
Yep.
And the Mustang again, you know, like as long as he covers that line and keeps a clean line, very hard to get past one of these Mustangs. J-Man with the outright top speed, pretty well, isn't it?
Yep.
Davison Kramer in the background as well.
Yep.
Grimmer just losing a position to Dixon also in the background, but we
Grimmer in the pits. So a little bit of something unscheduled there. He's just pulled off into the pits.
We will just have another quick look in and see where the Henderson, Matty T and Dawson first battle is going. Matty T is not wanting to let go at the back of the Aston of Henderson, although has her run come to an end. Oh, Hendo, just the Aston looked deep and slow into Melbourne there, J-Man.
Yeah, and look, Firthy's recovered. He's nearly on the back of Dawson again, and quick shout out up the top. So it was out as far as 5-something seconds, back to 4 seconds now. So I don't know whether Maverick's in time management mode, but yeah, out there doing Mav things. Yeah, it was a 28.6 last lap round versus a 27.4 for MATCHFIT. So something might have happened there. Who's that we can see off there? Is that Phil Davison? Mav's just rounded up. Did he just get out of the way? Well and truly. A 773 car. Yeah, that was Phil Davison. So Matty T still on maximum attack on Hendo.
Crossland Dayton also worthy of a mention, J-Man.
Yeah.
Look, little slip up there from Crossland. Oh, must have been 10 or 15 minutes ago. They're allowing Dayton and Chan back. But yeah, really has sort of regathered, hasn't he? And just kept the eyes pointing forward. And,
yeah, he's right there.
Yeah, and now applying the blowtorch. I think that's Bonato just tucked in behind him as well, J-Man. So
it is.
This is one battle that could quite possibly heat up over the next few minutes.
Maverick, stop typing and driving. Concentrate.
And now he's just showing off.
And now he's showing off, mate. He's come up on lap traffic, so he's got time to chat and type. And look, just keep doing Maverick things, mate. As you just see him round up, I believe that was Adrian Kramer. So good job out there, Mav. Keep it going, mate. And there's MATCHFIT. He's just about to come around up Davidson as well. And then next on the list will be the car of Adrian Kramer. So there's the margin. You can see it there, 3.9 out on track from your leader, Maverick, to Costas MATCHFIT. Now Chan, I've been watching the margin with Chan there on Webley, and he's just hasn't been able to break that 4.8 to 5 seconds. The pace is pretty static between those guys.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to watch that gap delta, J-Man, as the race winds on, I suppose, and just see how that Mustang can retain its pace.
Oh, Firthy on Dawson, that was close.
Yeah, that was close there, under brakes there.
Bad luck, George. That's a shame, mate. You can't control those things, but however, tune into the stream for the rest of it, mate. There's a hell of a battle going on for what is effectively 9, 10, 11, 12 at the moment. That is Hendo right back to Firth. And there's still this battle going on, Gunther Rowe with Ashton Hughes. This has been like this for the whole race. These cars have been inseparable. Okay, so Jordan Moss starting to make some inroads too to the Danny Kim, Tony Spence battle as well. So this is a recovering Mossy. However, still got that time penalty that was upgraded from 5 to 10 seconds. So stewards on the lives tonight reviewed that, probably thought that was a little bit more severe initially. And he's copped the 10 seconds. However, Ken Worcester around about 30 seconds behind him. It's probably not going to get any worse than a 17th at the moment. So you want to try and work a little bit further forward, as he just starting to come up on Danny Kim very, very quickly as Jordan Moss.
Yeah, so very much a recovering Moss, and we know what sort of pace Jordan Moss has got, and yeah, look, he's definitely not 17th position pace. He should be good 5 or 6 or more positions higher than that, J-Man, I would suspect. So, and you know how hard each of those positions, they get a little bit harder each one as we just see Kim run a little bit wide in the number 11 Milo Ferrari, and Jordan just getting like, oh, he can smell it now, and looking to have a crack. A few battles sort of ramping up as
Fodderdo really starting to attack the Simblacks. Steve
Honda
Crossland,
as well,
Honda,
and Hughes obviously on row first now, out on his own a little bit, but Maddie T on Hendo, as that has not gone away. She wants to go with, and definitely holding onto the back of that Aston J-Man. But yeah, Fodderdo, Crossland tucked up behind that Dayton as well. So that is a trio there, J-Man. That's I think we're going to see a ramp up as this race starts to wind down. Oh, look at Crossland, and right up behind Dayton there, actually gets out of it.
Yep.
And
who was that? I saw side by side down to the Melbourne chicane. Who was that? That was Matty T and Hendo, and that's Firthy and Dawson side by side. Drag race up to Goddard's.
Okay, so we'll just pick up on that replay as we just get out of this one.
Oh, that is super tight between those 4 cars, obviously 2 apiece, battling each other.
Okay, so we just got back onto a 32nd on that one, J-Man, and we got Hendo with a mistake at the S's, which has made him vulnerable to Matty there. Runs up the inside, and then around the outside, and like you mentioned, it's a bit of a drag race. But just in behind, we've got Firth drag racing the Bentley right behind.
So Maddie kind of, she had the overlap there. If she hadn't been able to pull that out and make the apex, she would have stuck that. It was, yeah, good little battle going on there.
As usual, things just ramp up, J-Man, as we start to wind down. And look, we're not even in the final 5 minutes. We're still over 15 minutes to go. So normally we just see this stuff in the last 5 minutes.
Sorry, mate. We've just lost Matty T to the back of that pack now.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened there, actually.
No, something just post replay, mate. Matty T went from really hunting down Hendo, and now Firthy and Dawson.
Yeah,
so
Dawson's
gone to the front of that pack.
Yeah.
So big switch around there just off a camera.
So that is a total switch around, J-Man. Just about. So I think it was Firth, Dawson, Matty T, Hendo. When we went to the replay, there was a big shuffle around there between all 4 of them, but in 2 different battles. And now it is Dawson, Firth, Hendo, Matty T. Mate,
yep.
How do you keep up with this stuff? Like I said, there is 15 minutes to go.
And I've got my other eye on Dayton, Cross and Fodderdo because
Hughes.
that is...
Oh, J-Man, Hughes all over the back of row at the moment as well.
Yeah, and he's been like this for quite some time, mate. He's just searching just to try to see where he can get this done. So very, very clean race from Hughesy and Gunther as well.
Yeah, and a good tidy race from Gunther. Look, mate, he's had some bad luck in the early few races of season 6, J-Man, getting beaten up a little bit. But look, when he gets a chance and he's not getting elbowed, look at the pace of this Mustang. Currently running in 13th, J-Man. Look at tidy.
Yeah, very, very clean. So spread out the front. Maverick still leading this race over Costas Macrolos, over Brandon Webley. Pretty even gaps, 4 seconds back to Macrolos, another 3 seconds back to Webley. Big Chan still hovering around that 4.7 to 5 seconds behind Webley, and then Dayton, we've talked about it, Crossland and Fodderdo. Cover them with a blanket or however. Foddo just slightly off the back of that, the start of this lap as they head down the Corona curves there. Just slightly short of the marker. Not sure whether he didn't quite get the perfect timing past the lap car of maybe Mark Turbot, but yeah, he'll regroup, I'm sure, and catch back up. But then, yeah, back to that battle, which is Dawson, Firthy, Hendo and Maddie T trying to recover that ground she lost after whatever happened down there on that previous lap.
Yeah, so these guys and girls have been running hot the whole race so far. So what are we talking here? Our long race, 45 minutes. These guys, it's only a matter of time we would start to see the cracks. You know, wouldn't we? J-Man and
31 laps around this place already.
Mate,
32 for the leaders. So
tough stuff. Dayton in front of Crossland still, but Crossland really starting to apply the pressure. This Honda coming on, the Simlax Honda, number 43 Honda, starting to come on pace here, J-Man, with 30 minutes to go.
yeah, he's looking good. He's certainly looking good at the right end of the race. Oh, Webley, well out in the weeds, mate. Well out. If you want to just grab a quick replay of that, not sure what happened. Might have outbraked himself as he was heading down the Corona curves, and he's got Vic Chan approaching with some serious pace.
Oh yeah. So just getting it on the outside entry apex there, J-Man.
Yep.
Now here, just looking for that wide line. Just got it out on the grass. You got no turning. And where on this track do you need turning? That corner right there. And lucky to just keep it away from the sand trap and continue on. But yeah, Vic Chan, look, and has Vic Chan got it in him? Has that rattled Webley to a certain extent? We will just get back to the Gunther Road, Aston Hughes battle, which continues. But yeah, look, we want to keep an eye on what's going there. We've still got the Crossland Dayton thing going on with Frodo in the background, but Vic Chan now with Webley a little bit rattled. A little over 11 minutes to go, J-Man. It's ramping up here. Round 5 at Donington for Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Season 6. Proudly brought to you by Sim Black's Crosscut Woodworks, True to Life Racing Designs, Crossy 43 Hendo as well, and obviously broadcast to you by MATCHFIT Entertainment. Get on board, hit the like and subscribe button. We are winding down here in this 60-minute race. J-Man, no compulsory pit stops tonight. It's been a sprint race right from the green flag, and it has not failed to deliver.
Nah, it's been an impressive performance by the whole field, you know, like right down to probably the recovery drive. I think from Jordan Moss recently rounded up Danny Kim there for P16.
Nice.
Obviously got that 10-second gap over him, so he's going to need to try and press on for the next 10 minutes. Not sure that margin's going to be doable at that point, but no, some great drives. I think once again, standout qualifying for Mitchie Haas, and then still holding that 8th position. We saw him slip back from the likes of Chan, Dayton, Cross and Foddo quite early, but he's maintained that over probably. Oh, big move there, Firthy. Who was that? Firthy. Okay, no, sorry, that was Phil Davison. Sorry, I was just trying to see. He's got Hendo behind him. I just saw him down the inside at Melbourne, and now he's down the inside at Goddard's, but that's just on Phil Davison, so just rounding up one of the AM drivers there as he comes through the field. But
so closest battle on track I would suspect is Hughes Rowe battle, but just have a look at where Tony Spence is now, J-Man. He is tagged onto the back of that. That has quickly become a trio, and look, will that inspire Hughes? You know, like, is he going to send it? You know, like, he's been showing the intent the last 3 or 4 laps, and now with Spence.
I thought he was showing intent the last 34 laps.
Well, he's got to have to get something done because Spence is coming.
Yeah.
the slightest hit on the inside ripple strip there, J-Man. Again, it's just one of those ripple strips. It's not even down here at the S's yet. It's just one of those places you can bleed off a little bit of tyre pressure and can really upset the handling of the car. Did not lose any pace from it, but what does that mean later down the track here? Oh, and as well, Spence well up on the ripple strip, J-Man. Ooh, how long can these guys keep that sort of business up? Will their tyre pressures drop?
Yeah, look, Spence is the guy with all the pace on. I look at the last lap time around, Gunther Road 28.4, 28.395 for Hughesy. Spence 127.6, so he's in a different postcode. Who's that?
That's Dawson around.
Can we grab a replay on that and see what happened to poor old Pete Dawson? He's going to get round up by Jordan Moss and Danny Kim here as well, so it's just gone from penthouse to shithouse very quickly.
We just pick it up on the replay there. It looked like he had a handle on it. Picked up the throttle, got very taily in the Bentley. Oh, very awkward re-entry. So yeah, difficult stuff there. Picked up the throttle, looked like he might have had a handle on it, but then just leant on it again. And that Bentley goes around. A little bit of an awkward situation there as he just tries to right that Bentley, pointing in the right direction, but nonetheless losing some very hard to get back positions, J-Man, and with a little over 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, Warren Baker brings up a good point, mate. The tyres could be at that phase we talked about the last 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes of this race being a bit of a struggle. Crossland really put the blowtorch on the back of Matt Dayton's car right now.
Oh, look, I just pray for Crossland every time he gets this thing really wound up and looking speedy. I know how fickle that Honda can be, and it will bite you. When it does, it bites you so hard. And we've seen it time and time again, J-Man. But yeah, Crossy really starting to show some intent on Dayton here. Very late in the race in the number 43 Simplex Honda, J-Man.
Yeah, look, no issues for tyres for Mav. Just posted a 26.9 the last lap around, so his tyre dig is very, very good. Best lap of the race is a 26.7. Last lap he posted was a 26.9, so, you know, over 30-something laps, he has lost very little as far as car pace. Obviously, the fuel burning off, car's going to gain a little bit more performance as far as the weight. And I think Crossy's dead after that. Come on, McConnell. He's fine. He'll be fine. Davo, don't curse him.
Hang on, we'll get the cameras off him. Hang on. We'll get back to Ash. All right. Don't go on Gunther.
Oh, look, you've done it now. Now Hughesy's going to get a twofer.
So, yes, we must get back to this, actually, because these are the two closest cars on track at the moment, J-Man. Yep. And have been for some time pretty well, haven't we? We've seen some exchanges, but look, consistently over the race, these guys have been locked together for pretty well the last 50-odd plus minutes. So, yeah, good quality stuff from both of them. Look, we haven't really seen them get up and get any overlap, but we still got 5 minutes to go, J-Man. Anything could happen.
Gunther Road, incredibly wide down through the corner curves. And it's just really allowed that Porsche to really range up in that spot there, and Spencer's still in tow, so that's just, I mean, it's been close the whole way, but he's just right on the bumper now. So this is where the Mustang coming off for this turn here.
Oh, particularly down this straight here, J-Man. I think that right-hander is just open enough to let the Mustang feed the power on, and it gets that grunt here. This is a bit of a flip-flop, so it deals with it. But then I've really got to get this thing stopped down the end here.
Oh, crossing into Redgate. Had a good look down the inside of Dayton there.
So they're just getting up behind a lap car there. We will just flick to that Crossland Dayton battle because
he'll be in the aero wash here.
That'll be getting super close, but we've got to get back to this Hughes battle because the row is coming up on a lapped car, J-Man.
Yep.
I think they're just clearing that now as they go into one again. And Spence coming through with them once again. We will get back to the Crossland Dayton battle.
Yeah, look, Crossy looked very, very strong there that time round. And the car looked very, very stable coming down through there. We've seen before, you know, that car can be super, super quick, but then just a little nervous on the change of direction. However, looks pretty good. Look at the drive out of the S's there. Look really, really good. Nice and close as they head down to Melbourne now. What's that we got going on in front? There's a heap of cars side by side up in front. Who was that? That's Ken Worcester.
That's Kim Moss Dawson, I think.
Okay, so no, I just saw Webley and Vic Chan rounding some stuff up, but it's all going on.
Yeah, I think it's a mix of lapped and in-position drivers there.
Yep, that's going to make it tough for the final couple of laps of this race. Once again, Crossy into Redgate, super close, gets car down on the apex, beautifully, tucks it up, but Dayton has got that McLaren wound up as they head down through 2, 3, 4. Super fast stuff as they head down here, building upwards of 220k an hour. Crossland, really, really good to the apex at the moment. The front of that Honda looks super, super accurate.
And just watching it on camera here, J-Man, these guys really do make it look easy. But you know, you and I have driven these corners, and they are anything but. Super committed driving here from both these boys. And it's starting to come up on some lap traffic now, J-Man, and this will... Oh, there's that Chan. That's actually Chan. Just right in front of that little battle going around Worcester and one of the other boys, Goebel.
Yeah, he's had a real job rounding up the traffic, mate, in the last 2 laps. He's really had his... Oh, a little bit of contact between Worcester and Goebel there.
Yep. So, that could have just ended up in tears for the Crossland Dayton battle there, J-Man. So, very awkward situation. Thankfully, everybody just slips through unscathed, apart from, I think, Mr. Goebel, who might have just had to recorrect the direction of his McLaren there, J-Man. But, look, 1 minute and 10, 9, 8, 7 seconds to go here. Round 5, Donington, where are we? Mav is out in front, J-Man. Where is Crossland and Dayton? They are still going at it. Hughes and Rowe are still going at it. Tony Spence is in amongst it. Where is Mav? Are we going to get
Okay, it's just getting through the S's. We are going to get one more lap, mate.
Here we go.
Yep, we will get one more lap out of this thing. So that is very, very good news for Steve Crossland as he tries to work over the back of Matty Dayton. And also, the other one is Tony Spence. I feel like he has got one eye on the clock and knows that it's go time because he was incredibly close that last lap round, trying to make some margin on the back of Hughesy here. And it'd be a shame for Hughesy to succumb to another position this late in the race after he's attacked Gunther Rowe for P12 the whole race.
That would be gutting. Crossland really showing the dynamics of the Honda there, working really well mid-corner, just that mid-corner speed, and then able to pick that throttle up. But it just doesn't have the punch in a straight line.
No.
Ooh, he just gets a little taily out of one. J-Man will get back to Hughesy. The sandwich in between the Mustang of Gunther Rowe, the Gorilla Racing Mustang of Gunther Rowe, as he just slides it out of the final corner there. He knows he's only got 1 lap to go. That's Tony Spence tucked in behind. Aston Hughes and then Tony Spence. Oh, did Gunther just wick it up too early? Spence getting off 1 in the sand as well. So these guys pushing hard right down to the wire, J-Man.
Yep.
Where's that Crossland battle going?
Yeah, he's still got a little bit of margin there, although he got a great run through the S's now. He'll be really, really strong down to Melbourne here. This will probably be one of his only opportunities. Big send. Congratulations to Maverick, just picking up on Mav, just crossing the line.
Oh. Well done, Mav, and we will congrats.
Macrolos over for second. Webley just coming across for third.
Victan in fourth.
And then we got this Dayton Crossland battle as close as you like there for P5 and P6. Awesome. Not too far in behind P7. Mitchy Haas, take about driving out of the Pro-Am category there for P8. Does a great job. And then Firthy prevails out of what was effectively the Hendo, Matty T, and early on Pete Dawson battle. So Firthy brings it home at 9th, Hendo for 10th, Matty T, quick succession in there for 11th, and Gunther Rowe just holds off over Husey. That has been the battle of the night. Those two there joined at the bumper. So great driver. They pull up a sign of mutual respect between those two drivers, and then Mossy recovers for P13.
Spence just went backwards, Jamie. So I don't know what happened there with Spence. So it went Hughes, Moss, Kim, Dawson, Spence, who was tucked in behind Hughes there earlier, J-Man, Goebel, Worcester, Turbot, Kramer,
Dixon, Davidson, and Grimmer round out that 23 car field. What a great race. So we will probably start straight off the bat and grab Mr. Webley down here. Oh, he's very, very close to us, so he's easy to grab. So we'll grab him down for a chat. Brandon, you got us on comms, mate?
Yeah, how you going?
Good, mate. Good. Another great battle, mate, amongst the thick of it for the better part of that. And then your old mate Costas there got engaged in a good battle, and then a little bit of an off track. We caught you on cam there, but overall good result, mate. P3.
Yeah. I got really bad cramp in my foot like halfway through that race, so I was fucking struggling real bad. But it went away with about 10 minutes to go. So yeah, GG though. He gapped me when he got past. So yeah.
Yeah, no, he was on the gas. He was certainly on the gas. But as with you, that Mustang once again showing some good straight line speed. However, probably not able to use it to its full potential here on a track that had relatively low top speeds. So Webley. So, but nonetheless, mate, a great drive there, and a little bit of late pressure there when you came back on track with Vic Chan coming in hot.
Yeah. It wasn't my best race. I made like quite a few mistakes, but oh well. Third, I'll take it. I thought he was going to get past, but I was like, gave him a wee bit of a block and then managed to gap him again. So he was obviously struggling as well.
Yep. Now, it's, remember talking this time to you last week, obviously slightly better result, but you talked about the tyre pressure loss from hitting the curbs at Snetterton. Did you have much of that tonight, hitting those chicane down at the S's tonight, or?
Yeah, I did, but they didn't end up. It was nowhere near as bad because I accounted for it this time.
Okay. Oh well, mate. Like once again, a top-notch result here. You are racing out of second in the championship. You got a little bit of margin over Costas. However, that there'll be a little bit of a swing to closen that up a little bit, and Mav stretches a little bit more. But a great race here at round race 5 here. So well done, Brandon. Great job.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for commentating again.
You're welcome, mate. Thank you. Enjoy that one, and no doubt talk to you again soon.
Hopefully. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. All right, so that is Mr. Webley out of P3, and then next cab off the rank will be Costas Macrolos with a great drive for P2 here tonight. You got us on comms, Costas?
Hey, fellas.
Mate, solid drive. Just talk to us about that one there and about the battle you had, and then obviously getting one up over your championship combatant, Brandon Webley.
Oh, mate, couldn't be happier. I couldn't think of anything worse than staring at the backside of a Mustang all race again.
Yep. Hey, look from our position here tonight, like yourself and that Ferrari, and then I think Matty T as well. Looked like the Ferrari had really good drive traction out of Melbourne, hairpin, and also Goddard's the final turn 12. Is that correct? That the drive was really, really good in that car tonight?
Yeah, this week I've been playing around with the traction control a little bit and really dropping it down to come out of those hairpins, and it really made a big difference.
Yep. So really laying down as much of that power as you can coming out. I think played to your favour tonight because the car looks super fast. Looks super stable down through the crane of curves as well, mate. So it looked like you had the thing well and truly dialed.
Yeah, well, during the week I couldn't get any pace in the car. I don't know where the quali time came from because I was at least 4/10 on my PB in the quali, which helped. But yeah, I had a stable race set up, which was great.
Yep. And I asked Brandon just then, we heard talk the week before about pressure loss from hitting the curbs. Did you have any tyre pressure loss front, left, front, right through that the S's midway through the lap? Or
Yeah, probably halfway through the race, my pressures were already down to 24.9. So I was hoping Webley wasn't going to make was going to make a mistake, and otherwise he would have caught me in the end. I think he was slowly catching me towards the end, apart from his mistake.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, mate, you're keeping this championship alive. As mentioned, Brandon racing out of P2 in the championship at the moment, went into this round 228 points versus 211 for yourself. So just took a couple of notches out of that. So heading in the right direction halfway through the season there, Costas. That's a great result tonight, mate.
Yeah, but very positive. Just hope I have a good back end of the season. We'll be all right.
Cool, mate. Awesome stuff. Appreciate you taking the time to have a chat with us. Enjoy the stream, mate. And no doubt we'll be talking to you again soon.
Cheers. Thanks, fellas.
Cheers. So that is Costas Macrolos racing out of position 2 here tonight, round 5. So great result. And look, grab this guy down. No stranger to this time of the night and to this seat. I think we'll have it embroidered. It goes 5 on the trot and even has time to type and chat to us during the race. Maverick, you got us on comms?
No.
We got us a green light. We just got no audio, Mav.
He's got to walk closer to the mic.
Yeah. He's still signing autographs.
Sorry, guys. How's that?
You're right, mate. You're right, mate.
Good old mute button.
I know it was probably hard to get through the crowd there, mate. But look, meat and drink that one. Man, really just made that margin at the start, Mav, and just held it. And then what was with the little bit of a slip back to about 3.8 seconds from 5, mate? Was there a mistake or was you just rolled out of it?
I think I just lost a bit of focus midway through the race. And then just at the end, I was just trying to go for the fastest lap again.
Yeah, well, look, I think 34 laps in, there was only about 0.2 to a lap time that I called between your fastest. I think fastest I saw at the time was like maybe a 6.7, and then I think I saw a 6.9 in there pretty late in the piece. So tyre dig not a real issue for you tonight?
Not at all. I think the second or third last lap I did was the fastest lap in the end.
Wow. And
so tyre dig was pretty good. I think as the weight comes off, you find that extra speed.
Yep.
Kind of offsets the tyre dig, so it works out about the same, I think.
So any tyre pressure loss from smashing the chicane, Mav?
A little bit, yeah. Not much. I think about one psi. So I was down to around 25 something.
And did you up them a little bit to counteract that at the start, or no?
I didn't. Nah, I didn't. Nah, I didn't. I tried to stay off the curbs for the first half an hour, 40 minutes. Yeah. And then just when I was trying to do the fastest lap, I was trying to take all the curbs, and that's where I started to see all the pressure loss.
And so to give the viewers an idea about how accurate things are at the top end of town, Mav, when you go out and do one of these things, these 60s, fuel-wise, what are you likely, if you paid attention, what are you likely to finish the race with? How many litres were left in that Honda at the end of this thing?
There was, I think, less than 1 lap left, so it's pretty tight.
So it's on the button. So you're obviously factoring that with, with the lead that you've got and about where you need to maybe be. We did see, it was I think, reasonable margin when you cross the line to know that that was going to be the last lap. I think I had a look and sort of thought, oh yeah, that will be the last one. So you've obviously factored in, based on average race pace, what you're going to do, especially if you've only got under a lap left.
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly me working it out. It's the good old fuel calculator that does all the hard work.
Yeah. No, good stuff. And look, I think tonight, looking at the performance of yourself, and then probably Crossy as well, had a particularly good night as well. The Mustang, not quite the advantage tonight with that straight line speed. It was a relatively low speed track. I think 240 was about the top we saw, but a good 5k an hour between certain cars, 5 to 6k an hour on the terminal speed. So probably played into yourself and the Honda's hands tonight here, being a lot of turning.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly a track with a lot of long straights that that Mustang can stretch its legs, so it was good. But I saw Webley behind me, and I thought, okay, he's not going to really be able to get a run, and I thought he'd hold that Costa a bit longer, but he must have had a moment. But yeah, it was definitely, you definitely want to set it up for a high rear and some good turning with some front stability. Otherwise, yeah, you'd just be all over the place with that Mustang.
Yep, and that looked like a particularly strong suit for you guys as well on the Hondas. I think yourself and Crossy, we both saw, even late in the piece, the cars willing to make the apex at the first phase of the corner. So it looked like those Hondas really looked after the fronts particularly well. And certainly, I think, Redgate turn 1, consistently making the apex there, which gives you a great drive off of there to head down the hill. And then also the way that you could apex the final turn at Goddard's, the car really compliant on the entry.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because I think I pretty much set up the whole car for turn 1.
Yeah, it's pretty important turn, because that's where the momentum starts. That's that phase of the race right down, I think, all the way to when you climb back up for turn 7 and 8 up through McLean's and Coppice. I think, that momentum carries all the way probably right through to Melbourne. So
yeah, I think if you can nail turn 1 with your setup, then you're probably going to be all right for the whole track.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, like I said, 5 on the trot, mate. Look, these boys have got to stop fighting amongst themselves and try and work out something to come and challenge you.
They're going to come at you,
Phil, because you're doing a stellar job out there, mate. And look, at times we struggle to, what are we going to talk to this guy about? Because he's just out there in another postcode. But love the insights into the car setup and what goes on in Mav's world out there. So I'm sure there's plenty. I'm sure you're thinking about plenty. And yeah, appreciate the time you took to just flick us a message on the chat too, mate. That's something new.
Yeah, no worries.
Cool.
Thanks for the commentary, guys. Look forward to watching it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks very much, Maverick, aka Phil Antoon. We will leave it there with you, mate. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again, no doubt, next week.
Yes, winner of round 5 here in Round Like Racing's 2020 for GT3 Season 6. J-Man, who are we got to talk to somebody else. What's going on?
Yeah,
quickly. We've got to be quick though, because we got to do stuff.
Yeah, I've got to bring down a 4th interview tonight, and he's probably a little bit surprised. So the reason being is it's a guy that come off of a stellar qualifying and then backed it up with a race. Qualified, ended up out of P5, I believe, and then ended up P8 and first of the Pro-Ams, and that is I just had him, but he's gone.
Mr. Haas.
Yeah, I'll just grab him back. Sorry, Mitchie, you got us on comms? Copy, Mitchie. Okay, so I wanted to talk to the...
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, got us. Sorry, Mitchie. So your guest interview tonight, mate. So you're the fourth guy down here, and the reason we brought you down here was based on that qualifying and then that race, mate. Stellar job, mate. Talk us through, I guess, the highs of the qualifying and then the pressures of racing up there and staying there, mate.
Well, fuck, I think I just pulled the qualifying out my ass, really. I was fucking playing with setups and just kind of figured it out a bit, I think, really. Just came to me. Quite happy.
And great ding-dong at the start, mate. Yourself and you're up there battling with so many guys early on the piece. We saw some side-by-side stuff. I think I think you did. Who was that you got past and then you got them back? Was that
Vic, I think, was it?
It was Vic Chan. It was Vic Chan early in the piece. You got him back, and then a little bit of to and fro. And we were looking, mate, and I mentioned at the time, Mitchie, that it wasn't going to get any easier because you had the likes of Pete Dawson, Nick Firth, Matty T and co all behind you, and I just thought, man, these are drivers that race towards the front every week, and you just held your nerve, but not just for a little bit, mate. You did it for the full 60. You just were out there punching the times. It looked like you deserved to be there, mate.
Oh, cheers, fellas. Yeah, I definitely got the nerves got to me at the start, so I just got swallowed up there by 3 or 4 guys, but then just ended up in a bit of no man's land, just hoping that the guys behind were battling away and staying away from me, really. So felt pretty good in the end.
And then, like, what's that like, come sort of 30, 40-minute mark, mate, does the belief creep in and you sort of look at the margins and the current lap times and the gaps in front to the gaps behind, and does the belief creep in that, hey, look, this is it, this is where I'm going to be, I'm going to be a solid 8 here tonight?
Yeah, I don't know, it's just I keep checking and just trying to hold it together. My tires were falling apart, like pressure wise and stuff, and yeah, it was just a bit of hope. It wasn't really until the last 20 minutes, so I was just like, all right, need this just to be over now. And
yep.
Yeah, no, it is what it is.
Well, it's a breakout drive, mate. I'm really impressed. I just, when you bank that time, I think, the eyebrows are raised. There's obviously plenty of pro drivers that tune into the stream live and watch you guys. And there's a few comments coming through, as I'm sure you saw when you tuned in. And look, you backed it up. So worthy of a chat down here, mate. And congratulations. And long may it last. But the expectations from the comms team will be expecting you to
be
see
high.
You up there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So well done, and appreciate the chat too, Mitchie.
Hey, cheers, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, mate. Great race.
Mate.
Good idea.
Cheers, buddy.
See you.
All right, so that leaves us now, I guess, for that stage of the night, Davo.
That does, and what a cracking race. That has been a wrap on round 5, should I say, in Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 season 6. J-Man, look, it's sponsored by Simblacks. It's sponsored by Crosscut Woodworks, True to Life Racing Designs, Crossy 43 Hendo, and brought to you, obviously, broadcast by MATCHFIT Entertainment. But these guys are giving away stuff every time they race. We've got a big giveaway at the end of the year, or the end of the season, should I say, GT Neo wheel. Thanks to Sim Magic for that. But tonight, as usual, at the end of the race and after the interviews, J-Man, we spin the friggin' wheel to give away a $50 Visa Prezi card. J-Man, we're going to do it. We're going to do it now. We're going to do it.
Put them up, mate. Yeah.
Come on.
Hit the button.
Hit the button, Linda. Okay. Here it is. This is this week's spin. Anybody could win this, unless you've won it already, of course. And here we go. She comes around. It is Vic Chan.
Oh, well done, Mr. Chan, on the Prezi card. Good work, mate, after what was a stellar drive too. So I guess a double header for Vic. Came up with a good result tonight in the race. Also comes up with the goods on the $50 Prezi card. Congrats, mate. And thank you to Simblacks and to Rainlight Racing.
Absolutely, J-Man. What a cracking race it has been for, look, pretty well a 1-hour sprint there. All sorts of action going on all the way through the field, as we would expect from Rainlight Racing. Obviously, great field of cars once again. We'll be back next week. I think we're going to another British track, actually, just quietly in Alton Park for a 2-hour race. J-Man at Alton Park. That is going to be epic. Hit the like and subscribe button and hit the notifications so you can keep up with what's going on at MATCHFIT Entertainment as well, obviously. And yeah, see you all at Alton Park next week. Thank you, J-Man.
See you, viewers. See you, Davo.